Carlo Ancelotti talking about Eden Hazard. We're not going to sign anyone. We're fine as we are. We have a lot of options.
What?
The number 9 position, Benzema is first choice, but we have to understand that it will be a strange, different season with the World Cup in between, and we have to look at different options. My idea is to try to see Eden Hazard in that position. Given the quality that Eden has, it could be good for us to try him there.
First of all, I don't see any wrong what Carlo said in this statement. Every coach have their own philosophy and they have their own tactics, and they have to be dynamic. They have to get best out of what they have.
Oh, Craig, Eden Hazard is the solution to Real Madrid's problems if anything happens to Benzema.
Yeah, only if he comes out in a puff of smoke.
What do you mean, Craig? Like, why do you have to be so sarcastic?
And Carlo Ancelotti's the magician. I mean, give Maka a phone. Give McManaman a phone. He'll make a comeback.
Yeah.
You might as well go and get Gareth Bale back. I mean, watch it. Come on.
Okay. What do you mean Carlo Ancelotti is a magician? I mean, he could be magician or not. That doesn't matter. He was the architect of multiple comebacks of Real Madrid history. We scored a goal in 92nd minute in Champions League final, Sergio Ramos header. And this Champions League campaign, we came back 3 times. And he was the manager. Now, he might not be a magician, but he knows more than you when it comes to football. And why do you even have to mention about Gareth Bale? That episode is done. We're thankful for Gareth Bale, what he has accomplished with Real Madrid.
Come on, that ship has sailed. I don't care if he's coming back 10 pounds lighter or what. It's too far down the line for me, his performances, his, in truth, lack of desire going into one of the biggest clubs in the world and coming back in the shape he came back a couple of years ago. Just smacked to me that, well, I've got my move, I've got the money in the bank, I've got it all now, thanks very much. I don't need to go and really take this team on my shoulders like most of the real big hitters at Real Madrid have done. And this guy had that chance and it passed him by through his own fault mainly. And I know he's had 1 or 2 injuries, but that kind of comes about through the lack of fitness. And so I just don't think you can switch on the light at this time in your career at such a big club and say, oh, Karim Benzema's out, Eden Hazard, we're going to use him as a backup. We all saw, Dan, his performances last year. He was lucky to make the bench at Real Madrid. Let's be quite frank about that. He was only on the bench to make up the numbers. Ancelotti wouldn't even bring him on at the end of the season unless he absolutely had to.
So many points to untangle. First of all, Hazard has no desire to play. That's totally wrong. The reason why Hazard did not work at Real Madrid so far is not about his desire to play. It's about him being unlucky of getting injured so many times. In fact, if you see his performance against PSG when Zizou was with Real Madrid, that was one of the best Hazard performance with Real Madrid. And since that injury, we did not see the same Hazard only because of injury, not because of lack of desire. Second of all, why are you trying to brush him off? He's only 31 years old. He has long time to go. He can still come back as long as he plays his best. As long as he has the mentality to endure and to wait for his chance, he will definitely succeed. Also, he can say that he was really bad last campaign. In fact, the limited chance he got, I thought he was decent. And I can bet my money that Craig barely watched Real Madrid, let alone Hazard.
Yeah, you think El Clasico epitomised that, didn't it? The Bernabeu, Barcelona go there, absolutely thrash Real Madrid, but of course no Benzema. He has said though, Hazard is in. He's the fittest he's ever been in Spain.
Well, okay, the bar was very low there.
Okay, why the bar is so low? I mean, do you think our physio, our team are lying that he's fit? I mean, it's very visible. Even if you see online photo, you can see that he's much fitter than last time.
Very, very, very low. This would be the literal definition of a false number 9.
Yeah.
Like, literally, this is false number 9. As in a player that would have no business in playing the position. And the way that we have seen in Hazard, when he's on the field with Real Madrid, he refuses to run away from the ball, to get in.
Refuses to run away from the ball? What does that mean? Isn't if a player wants to play, he has to be with the ball, close to the ball, not away from the ball?
Behind, to go in 1v1 situations. The things that he did naturally with Chelsea, he refuses to do that now. What does he do now? He comes to the ball all the time, trying to get 1 and 2 touches, never facing up, never getting after the defenders. he would be no goal threat whatsoever playing as a focal point in the attack because
refuses to play. Who the hell would want to refuses to play? The only thing Hazard was lacking is the confidence. Self-confidence does huge difference. That's the thing he was lacking. That's why he was scared of taking shots. It doesn't mean he's refusing.
every defender would say, he's not gonna get in behind, I'll keep him in front of me, he's just gonna play the ball backwards, easy to defend, predictable.
And of course,
I totally disagree. I mean, I don't know what LA is talking about. To be fair, I have watched every Real Madrid games last campaign, and I have watched every moment Hazard played. Last season, when he got the opportunity, he did not frustrate Real Madrid fans. He sparked many times. He showed glimpses of brilliance. Though he did not score, he was there. Now you can say, I'm a fan, so I could be biased. But the data doesn't lie. Even the little meager amount of time he got, you cannot say that he was really bad, as LA insinuated. In fact, if you see his stats in FBREF, look at his goals and assists. Absolutely poor. That's the thing that we wanted from him. More goals, more assists. However, if you see his shot creating actions, he's in top 99 percentile. Even his pass attempted, progressive passes, progressive carries, dribbles, touches as penalty, progressive passes received, everything almost close to 90 or more than 90 percentile, which totally the opposite of what LA said. In fact, if you look at one stat, progressive passes received, that's one statistic that tell you if the player is making a good run, so that midfielders or any other player can deliver the ball to him. Given that he's on top 99 percentile, it shows that he makes good runs. And not only he can play as a false nine, he can play in multiple positions. First of all, he can play as a left winger. Vinicius will be the starter at left wing. But we have long campaign to go. We need more depth, and Hazard can play as a backup as left wing. Second, he can also play as a right winger. In fact, last season when he played couple of times at that position, he was really decent. And now, given we don't have many options at right wing and there's a place to grab, I think Rodrigo and Hazard both can rotate in that position. As long as he shows the determination and makes best out of the chance he gets, he can be still a crucial player for Real Madrid. But for somehow these pundits who were wrong multiple times last season campaign are saying that he cannot come back. And they're also denying that a coach can make significant difference in a player's confidence and his performance. Didn't we see Vinicius' performance last year came under Ancelotti because of the confidence the coach gave to him? He can do the same thing for Hazard.